of the United States, I used to share the same sentiment that Africans share about Africa.
Hi, I wanted to respond to your stitch. Um, Let me be honest, right? I think part of the problem is that I guess we was expecting more from Africans who grew up, in Africa, lived in Africa, was birthed in Africa, and came over here to America. Maybe as African Americans we expected too much. Because being over here, being born over here, your generations of families are from here. The only thing that you hear a lot is that we don't belong here. If you guys don't like it, you can always go back home to Africa because that's where y'all came from. Y'all don't really belong here. Y'all Americans, but y'all African. So it's like y'all African American. We not gonna let you forget that first part because to them the first part trumps the second part. We always have this skin no matter what, and it is what they see first as opposed to American. It's like 1 2. The hyphen is putting them in place. And to hear that if you guys don't like it here, go back to Africa. This is all these things that have been fed through the years, right? And then you have somebody who comes from the place and then come here and they're like, we get treated the same way by you guys as we were getting treated by the people who told us that if we don't like it we can leave. And it's very disheartening because when you think about it, that means that we don't have a place. They telling us go back to Africa if you don't like it, and African people is like, they not our people. They ain't look. They not our people. They just descendants, but they not Africans. So it's really like we have no place. And then it feels like that. That's why the caption on the top of the video is "It too Brutus," because it feels like, damn, y'all too. Like where can African Americans, should we really just disassociate ourselves from Africa and just say we Black Americans, so that we hold no distinction or no closeness, even though we share the same skin? It's weird because then that means that once you guys get over here, and granted, you have to do what you have to do when you get here. We code switch. We absolutely do it. But the problem is we code switch in professional environments. Then when we get home, we are different people. But to have people who will then have some of the same experiences. And I think the longer you're in this country and you kind of get the smell and the taste of the refined racism that is so prevalent here in this wonderful country, and that you start to think, might be something. And after you go through that of years and years and years of saying, I don't associate me with them. I'm not African American. I'm Caribbean American. I'm, Guyana. I'm from South Africa. I'm from I am not an African American. Like y'all make that distinction very well. Y'all make I no, we are not. We are not. And then I think when you get over here and then it's like, oh, you realize that this dominates over here first. And so even when you try to disassociate yourself, like, no, they're still like, yeah, that color match. You match with her, she match with you. Bingo, y'all the same. And now all of a sudden, then it's like, well, let me look back at the people who share my same skin color, and then we're like, yeah, all skin folk ain't kin folk because you have already tried to assimilate, and then when that didn't work, now you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll try my peoples over here. And so it does hurt some. It does because it feels like we don't have no home nowhere, you know? And so even if we was to travel back to Africa, they like, this ain't your home. We don't know where your home at. Wherever your people came from over here in the 1800s, they gone. Their footprints is gone. Everything is gone. So yeah, good luck with that. So I mean, I honestly think that it is an amazing topic to be discussed in order to get some type of resolution. But I don't know how much of a resolution we can have until people are ready to really answer the real question: is how do we work that as a community and as a whole, because even when you go throughout this whole earth, you see this first. The benefit of growing up in Africa is that you are surrounded on all four sides and everywhere. You guys are the majority. The majority. We have never lived in a place where we were the majority. We've always lived in a place where we were the minority. We had to fight for every little thing that we got. And it was not given. Blood, sweat, and tears is how we got it. So it kind of feels very disrespectful, when people come over here and they're like, yeah, we don't want to be associated with them, but you are benefiting off of the backs of the people who was here. You gotta remember when Trump was in office, he called African countries shitholes. He didn't say, well, you know what? Not y'all, not y'all. No, he called all y'all countries shitholes. It's like it's a very weird thing. And again, just to wrap it up, I feel like it really hurts because again, it feels like we don't have no home nowhere.